Some exciting stuff going on in the NFL right now. You got Patrick Mahomes injured. You have the Rams making the worst trade in the history of trades. And the Browns are regretting picking Baker Mayfield. Or are they? What do you make of all of this, Jangle? What's the most surprising thing that's going on in the NFL the last few weeks?
Well, I think as you said, the injury to Patrick Mahomes is pretty huge. Uh, Chiefs had lost two straight, I believe. Oh no, they just won on Thursday, but then bittersweet because they broke their two-game losing streak. One on Thursday night, but Patrick Mahomes is out with an ankle injury. What they say, like at least 3 games,
Yeah,
he's
3 games.
expected to miss. They got the Packers and they got the Vikings,
Two
and
automatic losses.
yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
those are their upcoming games, and so I don't have them winning without Patrick Mahomes against either of those teams. But then they have the Titans after that, so they should be able to get back into the win column week
Yeah.
10.
Shotgun 6-4 week 10, and they can thank their lucky stars that they did not fall to the Lions. The Lions played a close game against the Chiefs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That was a really close game.
yeah. The Chiefs are actually not a good team. And now they're given an excuse because Patrick Mahomes is injured. That's going to give them like a nice excuse to explain why they're mediocre. But their run defense is probably the worst in the league. And if you have the
I
worst
think it
run
is.
defense,
It is like one of the lowest rated.
yeah, and that's with their good passing. So with their good offense. So if they didn't have one of the best offenses with Mahomes, it would be even worse. So it most certainly is the worst run defense in the NFL, and no team with the worst run defense in the NFL will ever win the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's okay. So
and yeah, it's just
right off the Chiefs.
I,
Okay, yeah. Other news. I want to write up the Chiefs. I also want to write off the Los Angeles Rams. I did a short video on why I expected why I wasn't surprised that the Rams were 3-2 when things weren't going that well against the 49ers coming up. They're playing the 49ers. They lost to the 49ers, so now they're 3-3. So my point was that this is not surprising. This is expected. This is the cycle. This is how it always happens. So the Rams are trying to fight that, aren't they, Daniel? They're trying to fight.
yes,
So what do they do?
they traded for Jalen Ramsey from the Jacksonville Jaguars in hopes that it will shore up their pretty bad pass defense, and they have a pretty poor defense in the secondary, I believe.
Yeah, so 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey, and it's even worse when you consider how much money they're gonna have to pay him. Like, are they gonna let him walk as a free agent? I mean, that'd be hilarious, but
I mean, unless they win the Super Bowl, they might.
well, then
If
maybe.
they don't make it, maybe they won't even play in the make the playoffs. They're like one of the best. They're in one of the best divisions in football right now.
Oh
They have
yeah,
the 49ers and the Seahawks.
yeah. You can give maybe two more losses to there right there. If they lose each time, so they're looking at what 5-5 if you count in going 2-2 with the division rest of the way. They got to pick up a lot of wins, and it's going to be very difficult for them to do. And
Yeah,
now, so yeah, if they make the playoffs, they're going to most likely be a wild card team. So are they going to go on the road 3 times, win 3 games?
I really don't. I don't see that happening. Honestly, yeah, I
So
don't.
what on earth is Jalen Ramsey going to do? He's just going to jeopardize the future. Like
Yeah,
you could
I
have
agree.
gone in a mid first round pick if you didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey, right?
I think, yeah, and I think part of it has got to be that they made it to the Super Bowl last year. I think maybe they just feel it's too early to blow this team up or try to build for the next push. I think it might be like, well, we're still supposed to be good.
Yeah.
The last 2 years we were really good, and what's going on?
Well, I mean, it happens to every team. They're
Yeah,
good, and
yeah,
then their defense falls off.
yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty disappointing stuff from the Rams, but not really because everyone should have seen this coming. This is what I find frustrating is that people are wondering what the deal is with the Rams, as if this wasn't somehow foreseeable in every way possible. I mean, just look at the here's what the Rams might be. They literally might be the Falcons in 2 years. Like this is the Falcons are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. So you can expect the Rams to be one of the worst teams in the NFL in 2 years, and while doing so, playing in a multi-billion-dollar stadium. So does that make you happy, knowing that the Rams just threw away two perfectly good first-round picks on a headache?
Oh, maybe they figure that 2 first-round picks ain't gonna get fans in the stadium, but Jalen Ramsey will. I don't know.
Well, you gotta believe that the fans in the stadium don't matter if you suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think they will get a win this week against the Falcons.
I don't know because that's who the Rams are going to be in 2 years, and you never know.
2 years, but I don't think they're quite there yet.
Yeah, they got some work to do to reach the Falcon status, but they're going to make it. Mark my words, they're going to be that bad, and I'm going to be proud of myself for being the first person to say that they're going to be as bad as the Falcons. So I applaud myself 2 years in advance. But yeah, other news in the NFL. Baker Mayfield has been awful this year so far. Is that what you would call it? Like 5 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, something like that.
I
Pretty
think it's like
mediocre.
11 interception, isn't it?
Yeah, so something not good.
Yeah, it's some growing pains going on in Cleveland. Definitely.
Talk.
I'm not. You just look at this team on paper, you say, well, where's the weakness? There shouldn't be. You wouldn't expect this team with this record.
No, but it's got to be that they're young. It's also got to be that maybe
Chemistry issues, maybe.
I don't know. It's tough to say because you wonder like if it was a veteran quarterback, I wonder how much better they'd be. It's tough to say. That's an interesting case. But either way, what the Browns have to do right now is just let it play out. They can't do anything.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it could be like the coach.
I doubt it. I mean, it's easy to say the coach, but
It is, but something's going on over there. Maybe it's just that they're in Cleveland.
maybe you know what? Maybe it's yeah. Who knows? But either way, you got to give it. Got to feel bad for those Cleveland Brown fans who thought that this was going to be the year that they weren't going to be terrible in.
Yeah,
They might actually
and
have had a better year one with Baker Mayfield than year two, and that'd be very very sad.
just some growing pains. A lot of people have been saying that Baker Mayfield isn't good anymore, or isn't was never good. Would you say that you are with that crowd that Baker Mayfield basically sucks?
I wouldn't say he sucks. I'm saying it's Case Keenum.
You say his ceiling is Case Keenum, okay?
I knew, and in Case Keenum before some hater or some trolls like you are stupid, and tries to convince me that I'm making some sort of terrible false equivalency. Case Keenum was pretty good in 2017, wasn't he? When the rest of the team
Yeah.
of the Vikings was good. So to that troll out there listening, I know what I'm talking about, and you don't. So yeah. Um, I mean, what does Baker Mayfield do better? What does he do that's better than most quarterbacks in the NFL? I
In
can't
the
think of
NFL
anything.
or in
Yeah,
his draft class?
in the NFL and his draft class specifically.
I would say for his draft class, he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers. He can move around out of pocket, throw it downfield.
If Aaron Rodgers sucked, then yeah.
Yeah, like obviously not Aaron Rodgers, but like him and but I see some similarities to Aaron Rodgers sometimes when he has good plays and when he has good games.
Yeah, maybe. I guess so. What we have in common is just the fact that he gets it done. But I mean,
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson though. I think Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback.
I think he's a better mobile quarterback, but I don't believe in his passing that much.
Well, do you believe in Baker's passing?
No, but I mean, if we're talking 2018 draft class, I would say probably Allen is my
Yeah,
favorite
Josh Allen,
quarterback
the
out of that.
man, though. Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Uh, I think he had like a 55% completion percentage in college in like some random school in the middle of nowhere. Like, well, but he's the best quarterback in the draft. Like, what? Why are his stats so bad if he's clearly the best? But the best quarterback. But yeah, he's starting to come around, starting to develop, and he actually is. There's a good example of a quarterback that is actually projecting. He's actually developing and projecting upwards, unlike Baker Mayfield. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I gotta go with the upside every time. I it's a confusing first pick because the upside was all based on this. I guess they thought he was gonna be able to translate what he did in college to the NFL directly, and I just don't know. That's usually never not a good move.
but I wouldn't. I just think it's too early just to be pressing the panic button on Baker Mayfield because he was good in college and he had a pretty good first year in the NFL.
Was he good in
Maybe
college?
just
Because he was a walk on though, and I know like he ended up winning the Heisman. But all of a sudden, now that you're looking at him in the NFL, like I mean, he was a walk on for a reason. You know, although I gotta be very nuanced with this. He was obviously the best player in college football in his senior year, or the year when the Heisman. But that was when he got comfortable in this. You gotta believe he was taking advantage of the fact that defenders in college aren't as athletic in the NFL.
well, agreed.
And
NFL's the real deal,
NFL is the real
but
deal. He wasn't athletic to get in, he wasn't acclaimed enough to get into a good college, get a scholarship offer. And now he's the first overall pick, but I just don't know how.
I mean, he stayed healthy. I think the Browns just got to see this one out.
They do, but yeah, I gotta put all those Super Bowl hopes on hold.
Yeah,
And
but they're a young team. Just give it time.
yeah, give it time. They'll still get respect. They'll still be in a position to improve themselves in the draft. I believe this year they might get a top
Agreed.
10 pick. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it if I was the
Yeah,
Browns. Yeah,
and I think they're better off than the Jets are. So
yeah,
and the Bengals. So that's good.
that's good. Do you like Sam Darnold now? Is he doing good enough for you? We're watching Stephen A. Smith before the show. We're watching Stephen A. Smith proclaim that Sam Darnold is the better quarterback and the
In the 2018 draft
yeah.
class, and it was part of the reason we wanted to talk about the quarterbacks is like does he not know that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson exist? Like I would take both those dudes over Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold came back and won one game against the Dallas Cowboys. And I know a lot of people think like, oh, well, the Cowboys are pretty good. No, they're trash.
And
They're not good.
this is what's so profoundly frustrating right now as a football fan is that there are enough
they
that people are still thinking in terms of 2018
yes, yeah. A lot of people still think that the Cowboys are good and the Rams are good.
and the Chiefs are good. I don't
And
know
the
if
only reason the Cowboys are in the are tied for first place in the NFC East is because the Eagles haven't been good either. And I don't want to like rain on Sam Darnold's parade or anything. Like he had a good game against the Cowboys. He looked good,
yeah, why
but
not? You don't.
it's one game.
Yeah, you're
He
not
was
raining
out.
on anyone. Yeah, you're not raining on his parade. I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to be like just a hater just to be a hater, but it's just I think we need to see more from him before I can say that he's the best quarterback out of that draft class, and put him ahead of Lamar Jackson, who's great, great mobile quarterback, and Josh Allen.
I think it's clearly Josh Allen who's the
I
best.
think yeah, I think Josh Allen is like a
He's
great quarterback.
yeah, he might be the best quarterback in the.
I mean, the Bills are 4-1,
He
five
might
and
be
one,
better than
4-1.
Mahomes even. He might be better than Mahomes. That's possible.
Maybe
I mean, like when he's going good.
yeah.
I think he's gonna be the best quarterback in the
I think
draft.
yeah, he's having a great second year.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's his
Bills.
second year. So if he keeps it up, he might be the best quarterback in the NFL for years and years and years. Yeah, we'll
And
see.
yeah, and they're gonna win against Miami, so they're gonna be
But
right up, keeping up with the Patriots.
yeah, they did quite well against the Patriots on their game.
I mean, yeah,
They
defending
on the
Super Bowl
four.
champs.
Oh, whoa, 15-1 wild card, New England Patriots after they lose to the Bills game 2, Wouldn't that be something?
That would be really crazy. But the defense, the Bills have a really great defense. I think they made they made Tom Brady have like one of the worst games of his career.
Yeah, the Bills, they're a Super Bowl threat, but no one wants to say, no one wants. It, okay, the Jets are getting more attention than the Bills. Isn't that something that makes you
It's because
happy?
they're that's kind of it's just because they're in New York. I gotta say, man. But
Yeah, well,
hey,
Buffalo is in New York, the state.
well, yeah, the state. But yeah, it's not
I think the Bills
NYC.
literally still have the most wins at MetLife Stadium of any team in New
Yes,
York,
I think
dude.
out of all the teams in the state of New York, the Bills are the best one
Oh,
right now.
oh yeah, right. 2019, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give it to the Giants in general because of the Super Bowls, but you know what?
When was the last time they were even in a Super Bowl? It was years ago.
Oh, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
This is 2012, right?
Yeah, I think so. That'd be good.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
7 years ago, yeah. Daniel Jones is looking good. That's nice.
Yep.
Should we now? So should we now be upset that they passed on Sam Darnold now, or should we still be upset about that if you're a Giants fan, or one of those people that needs to get upset at everything?
I think a lot of people are say you gotta you always a lot of people are like, well, why didn't you draft a quarterback or whatever? But I think Daniel Jones is fine for the Giants. Uh, Saquon Barkley. I mean, what more do you want? You have the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah. So
I
there
get
you
he's been
go.
injured, but I would. And Sam Darnold isn't even the best quarterback in that draft class, as we just stated.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's what they could have done is they could have gotten Lamar Jackson. That would have been a little more interesting.
That would have been. I think that would have been better, but
Yeah, they couldn't have traded up 3 spots to get Lamar Jackson at 32. Okay. All right. Well, that's a little. Yeah, I think that's I think a more. Why did you pass on Sam Darnold? Why don't you just straight up to get Lamar Jackson? I think that's a better way of looking at it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sam Darnold, a lot of hype going into this upcoming Week 7.
Okay, we're gonna see it crushed.
Well, let's see. Yeah. Sam Darnold has been always. It's this whole week has just been nothing but Sam Darnold this, Sam Darnold that. At least from what I've been reading, but yeah, you got the Patriots Monday Night Football. People are saying the Jets are going to upset, but I think they're just going to get blown out.
Yeah, the Jets only upset once a decade, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, yeah, don't believe in the Jets, don't believe in the Giants, don't believe in the Browns. Those are the rules of football. And with that, we'll see you next time, and the Rams will regret getting Jalen Ramsey